In the long, intricate tapestry of human history, some threads simply refuse to be woven neatly into the patterns we understand. They are the true anomalies, the faint, forgotten whispers from the past, the events and objects that utterly defy modern understanding. Welcome back to Deep Archive Media. We're counting down the top 10 historical mysteries with no clear explanation. Starting with number 10, the Roman Dodecahedra. Scattered across the former Roman Empire, from Wales to Hungary, archaeologists have discovered these truly peculiar, hollow, bronze objects. Each one is approximately the size of a baseball and features 12 flat pentagonal faces, with a circular hole cut into each face. Dating back to the 2nd and 4th centuries CE, their purpose remains utterly unknown. They are too standardized to be mere decorative items, but they don't appear in any known Roman records, texts, or military manuals. The most popular theories range wildly. Were they a scientific instrument used for surveying or calibrating weapons? Were they an elaborate religious relic used for predicting the future? Or perhaps, and most amusingly, they were just an elaborate toy or a knitting aid. Moving on to number 9, the Baghdad Battery. This is the collective name given to a set of artifacts found near Baghdad in 1938 specifically. Terracotta pots containing copper cylinders and iron rods sealed with bitumen. Dating back to the Parthian era, nearly 2,000 years ago, this configuration closely resembles a basic galvanic cell or a primitive electric battery. If this was indeed a battery, it pushes the known history of electrochemistry back by over 1,000 years. Experts have successfully demonstrated that a diluted acid could generate a low-voltage current from these components. But if they had electricity, what was it used for? Was it for electroplating metals, or perhaps for some unknown medical or religious practice? The fact that the technology seems to have vanished completely only deepens the enigma. Number 8. The Carnac Stones. On the coast of Brittany, France, lie the most spectacular megalithic alignments in the world. This site comprises more than 3,000 prehistoric standing stones, known as menhirs, which are arranged in perfect organized rows that stretch for over 4 kilometers. Dating back to 4500 BCE, they predate Stonehenge by thousands of years. The sheer scale and precision of the arrangement are staggering, requiring immense effort from a Neolithic society. Local myth says they are Roman soldiers transformed into stone by a sorcerer, but the truth is far more elusive. Was this a massive astronomical calendar designed to track the movements of the moon? Was it a vast burial ground? Or was it simply a ceremonial area designed to demonstrate the power and organization of a complex ancient society? Moving to number 7, the Piri Reis Map, drawn by an Ottoman admiral in 1513. This map is remarkable not just for its age, but for its astonishing accuracy and incredible detail. It depicts the coastlines of West Africa, South America, and the northern coast of Antarctica, all drawn with a precision that was supposedly impossible for 16th century cartography. Most controversial is the depiction of the Antarctic coastline without its ice cap, suggesting the map was based on source materials that predate the current frozen state of the continent by thousands of years. Piri Reis himself stated the map was compiled from 20 source charts, some dating back to the time of Alexander the Great. The map hints at lost knowledge and an unknown civilization possessing global, geographical data far superior to anything known in the European Renaissance. At number 6, the Antikythera Mechanism. Found a century ago by sponge divers off the coast of a Greek island, this intricate mass of corroded bronze is essentially a sophisticated ancient analog computer. Dating back to around 100 BCE, it was designed to predict astronomical positions, solar and lunar eclipses, and even the dates of the ancient Olympic Games. The complexity involves dozens of precisely engineered gears, differential cogs, and inscriptions that baffle modern engineers. Its level of technological sophistication was not matched again anywhere in the world until the mechanical clocks of the 14th century. It suggests a lost peak of engineering achievement in the classical world, leaving us to wonder, was this a unique item, or is there an entire body of lost Hellenistic mechanical knowledge that has simply vanished from history? Now for our halfway mark, number 5, the lost colony of Roanoke. In 1587, a group of English settlers, led by John White, established a colony on Roanoke Island, off the coast of present-day North Carolina. When White returned from a supply trip to England 3 years later, he found the settlement completely deserted. The houses were disassembled, and the entire population, 115 men, women and children, had vanished without a trace. The only clue left behind was the single word Croatoan carved into a fence post and the letters Crow carved into a tree. Croatoan was the name of a nearby island and a local tribe. Did they attempt to relocate to the island? Were they massacred? Or were they assimilated by the local Native American tribes? No conclusive proof of their fate has ever been found. Our number 4. The Taos Hum. For decades, residents of the small town of Taos, New Mexico, have complained of a persistent, low-frequency humming sound that can sometimes be heard both indoors and outdoors. The sound is typically described as a continuous, deep, annoying rumble. What makes this a mystery is that only about 2% of the local population can actually hear it. And when they are studied in isolation, no physical sound is detected. Scientists and researchers have spent years attempting to locate its source, suggesting everything from deep seismic activity and natural background noise to low-frequency electromagnetic radiation, or even a psychological phenomenon. Yet to this day, no single definitive source has been identified for this maddening, subtle auditory intrusion. At number 3, the Beale Ciphers. This mystery began in the early 1800s when a man named Thomas J. Beale allegedly entrusted a lockbox to a tavern owner in Virginia. The box contained 3 coded messages, or ciphers. According to the legend, the messages describe a massive treasure of gold, silver, and jewels that Beale and his partners buried in Bedford County, Virginia. The first cipher describes the contents of the treasure. The third cipher details the names of the men involved. Only the second cipher has ever been cracked, and it surprisingly uses the U.S. Declaration of Independence as its key. The 2 ciphers containing the most crucial information, the description and location, remain unsolved. Many cryptography experts believe the ciphers are genuine, while others argue the entire story is a sophisticated 19th-century hoax designed to generate excitement, making the treasure itself an enigma wrapped in an undecipherable code. Our runner-up, number 2, the Tunguska Event. On the morning of June 30, 1908, in a remote forest of Siberia, one of the most powerful explosions in recorded history occurred. The blast, estimated to be equivalent to 10 to 15 megatons of TNT, flattened over 80 million trees across 2,000 square kilometers. Yet the mystery is this: no impact crater was ever found. The leading scientific theory suggests a mid-air burst of a large meteor or comet approximately 5 to 10 kilometers above the ground. The explosion was so great that it caused atmospheric pressure fluctuations observable in Western Europe. But without clear fragments or a crater, the exact composition, trajectory, and nature of the object that caused this colossal silent explosion remains a fierce and enduring debate. And the number 1 historical mystery with no clear explanation, the Voynich Manuscript. This 240-page parchment book, dating back to the early 15th century, is perhaps the most famous and baffling historical code known to man. It is filled with bizarre and detailed hand-drawn illustrations of unknown plants that do not correspond to any known species, complex astronomical charts, and strange pharmacological diagrams. Most baffling of all, the entire text is written in a language and script that has defied every cryptographer, code breaker, linguist, and historian who has ever attempted to decipher it. Analysis shows the text follows specific linguistic patterns, suggesting it is a real language and not just random nonsense. Is it a lost universal language, a coded medical text intended to keep secrets, or simply the most elaborate and complex hoax in history? The mystery of the Voynich Manuscript continues to baffle the modern world. And that brings us to the end of our list. From the enigmatic lines of the Voynich Manuscript to the baffling silence of the Taos Hum, these mysteries remind us just how much of our own history remains hidden. Thank you for watching and diving into the deepest corners of history with us. If you enjoyed this journey into the unexplained, please hit that like button and make sure to subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us uncover more incredible stories and bring you new videos every week. We'll see you in the next one.